kids, this is Miss Cherry from Children's Cues. Guess what? Today I just want to make a video and draw with you. So right now, Miss Cherry is in Toronto, and Toronto, it is winter. It is really, really cold. So, oh my goodness, look at this today. It's actually snowing as well. You see all the snowflakes over here? It's snowing. So, you know what? Sometimes I don't like the winter so much because it's so cold. Well, guess what? Miss Cherry has magic. So I'm going to use my magic hands and I'm going to make the weather a little bit warmer. Okay? Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3. Whoop! There we go. The sun is out right now. It's nice and shining, nice and warm. Well, now that the snow is gone and the sun is out and it's getting a little hot over here. I think I want to have a drink. Oh, this side, right here. Have a drink. So, you know what, kids? Let's, since there's a sun right here, right? So, let's draw a drink with me, okay? So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to show you how to draw a drink. And this is the drink that I want to show you. Here's the camera right here. And I'm gonna show you a close-up as well. So, I don't know what your favorite drink is, but one of Miss Cherry's favorite drinks is actually the lemonade. So, let me show you how to draw lemonade and let's cool ourselves off for now, okay? So, let's start with a piece of paper, obviously, right? And today we're actually going to be drawing with some Sharpies, some markers, but then actually, just to be very safe, we're going to start with some pencil and eraser. Okay? So here's the pencil and eraser, and we will start drawing. What we're going to do is we're actually going to start with the cup first, and then we're going to move on to the lemon slice. If you like orange juice, you can add an orange slice, right? So, and then we're going to draw a straw and then probably a coaster after. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. So let's start with the top. So let's start with hopefully you can see my pencil marks. If not, you can see it after when I go over it with Sharpies. Sharpies and markers are actually really good friends. It makes the color pop. Makes your markers pop afterwards. So as you see a little bit of a circle on top. Well, no, actually this is not a circle. This is an oval. So we'll start with an oval on the top and then we'll go down on the two sides. And here's our drink. And we won't forget, at the very bottom, we'll leave some room for the coaster. So let's take a look. So let's close up the cup over here a little bit. And then we will draw a drink of choice. I'll show you the lemonade. And we'll do the straw. The straw is actually very easy. It's straight lines, straight across, straight down like that. So just straight across and then straight down like this. Nice and quick and easy. There's the straw. There we go, ready. Right? And then, of course, we cannot forget our lemon slice, lime slice, orange slice, whatever you want, right? So, because mine is a lemonade, so I'm going to draw a lemon slice. So, I'm just going to draw a circle right here. Nice round circle like this. And how I like to draw the lemon slice or a slice of fruit or a slice of citrus is that I'm going to divide it into 8. So cut it in half, chop it in half again, chop it in half again, and then another half like that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices of lemon, orange, lime, grapefruit, whatever you want, right? So we're going to draw little triangular slices like that. And then just all the way around. The reason why I divided the citrus slices in the very beginning, I divided it into 8 is because I just want it to be nice and even. And to make it easier, you can actually turn the paper as you go around and draw your citrus slice. And nice and easy. We're already at our 7th slice. Well, no, sorry, 6. Couldn't count today, huh, Miss Cherry? Okay, so 6, 7, and then 8. There we go. All right, there it goes. 8 slices, right? And then just one more thing at the end. We just need a coaster at the bottom. Okay, so that's the coaster. Oh, it's getting a little late in Toronto, so there's a little sunbeam over here. But hopefully you can still see relatively well. But anyway, so this is our, you know what? After I use my Sharpie, you'll be able to see it much better. Okay, so, and that's the coaster at the bottom. And that's basically it. To help everybody see this drawing a little better, Miss Cherry's gonna use a Sharpie right here. So you can use thick Sharpie, thin Sharpie. I'm going to use a combination of both. So I'm going to start with the thick one. Okay, so the thick one right here. The thick one, I'm going to use it with the cup. Okay, so I'm not going to draw over the citrus slices. Skip the straw at the back. But then I'm going to draw the front like this. Okay? And then also the bottom of the cup like that. And over here as well, like this. All right. And guess what? We need to do the coaster as well. Okay? The coaster. Alright, there's the coaster. Okay, next we are actually going to use the thinner Sharpie, okay, to finish the rest of the drink. So, the bottom of the coaster, I'm going to use a thinner one. Like that. There we go. Made a little mistake over here, but it's okay. You won't notice it. Well, maybe you do, but it's still okay. Mistakes are always okay. Anyway, oh, let's do the straw. Okay, the straw goes over here like this, and then we'll just go all the way down like this. There we go. There's the straw. Now, the citrus slice. Well, this is a lemon slice. We'll draw the big round circle again. Okay? So, here's what we're going to do. Big round circle. I'm going to turn my paper so that it's just a little easier to draw. You don't have to turn your paper, though. You can draw the circle however you want. Alright. Whoa. There we go. Okay, so this is a nice circle. And then we're going to draw our slices right in here. So, here we go. Just draw a triangle. But then on the top, you kind of follow the round circle up there, okay? So draw triangle. When you draw the last one close to the rind, you do a little rounded edge. You don't go straight. It's not a straight edge, okay? So just like that. And then like this. And then let's take a look. And then here's the 7th, and then the 8th one. That's the last one. Yay! Oh, and one more thing. We gotta have our drink. The cup looks empty right now. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to draw right across. Draw a line across like that. Ta-da! Here's our drink. So you may not be able to see it, but Miss Cherry sees some pencil marks. So I'm going to erase the pencil marks. And the good thing about using Sharpies with markers is that the Sharpies and markers, they don't mix. Because Sharpie is alcohol based and markers are water based. So the markers and Sharpies, they don't mix. So if you color markers over the Sharpie, it doesn't make your markers dirty. So you can color a lighter color over a darker color, and that is absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coloring the citrus slice. You can do orange, you can do lemon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I actually have a lighter yellow and a darker yellow. And the reason why I choose two is because the one on top, I'm going to use a darker yellow just to make some texture. If you can kind of see it. Hopefully can you see it? Yeah, so there's a little bit of texture. Let me show you in a minute, okay? So I'm gonna use my lighter yellow just to color all the slices. And kids, feel free to do grapefruit, orange, lime. You can even stick a watermelon wedge here if you want. Watermelon, melon, apple, you name it. Oh, or a strawberry. But anyway, let's finish this lemon. Yeah, lots and lots of fruit. Alright. So this is a lemonade with a lemon slice, right? Yeah. Like this. Oh, wait a minute. Miss Cherry forgot something. A very important detail. So actually, the cup, it has to join back right here. So I forgot about that. So let's go back. Oh, actually, let's use a pencil. So it's nice and safe, okay? So the original cup shape that you drew, like that, just make sure it's connected, just the front. Just the front right here. It looks like a 7, like that, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing. Like that. Then what it does is that it looks like the lemon wedge is stuck on the cup right here, right? So it looks way better. Okay, let's keep going. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the circle. That's a great thing that the Sharpie and the markers don't mix colors. Then you can use a light marker on a dark Sharpie. So you do that. I used all the light yellow. Now I'm going to go back with the darker yellow. I'm going to add some texture and do some poking. See? You see? Yeah, you see that little texture on top right there? So I'm just going to do all the slices. So what it does, it makes your slice of lemon looks nice and juicy when there is a darker and a lighter color mixed in together like this. Okay. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna show you something really cool with marker as well. So, oh, and to make more texture, you may want to use a darker marker again to go over the rind as well. So you can actually see the light and the darker marker and kind of mix in together nice and blend it like that. Okay, so next part, we're going to draw the straw. Oh, we're going to color in the straw. Okay, I'm just going to use a light blue and I'm going to do the straw. Yeah. Nice and light like that. Yeah. And then I'm gonna show you something quite cool, actually. So, alright. So, I'm gonna go back with the lighter yellow. For a lemonade, it's translucent, right? When it covers the straw, you're going to mix yellow with blue. And guess what? The straw is gonna turn a little bit green. Are you ready for this? All right. So here's what we're gonna do. It turned green like this. All right. Isn't that cool? This is the cool thing about marker, is that you can actually mix colors with markers too. It's very, very cool. When you layer markers one on top of another, it's quite cool. Well, you know what? Our drink is done. So, well, we need to color in our coaster. This looks a little empty. I'm just going to use our darker blue. And then I'm going to color in the coaster. And then, like that. And then, there we go. We'll just be a little bit more careful with our coloring. We don't want to color outside the lines. Yeah. All right, I think we are done. Like that. Nice and finished. Here is our drink. Well, let's go back and let's take a look at the drink. Isn't that so awesome? Yeah, it's nice and cool. Well, guess what? We're gonna have a drink right here. Right here. Okay. I am going to sip my drink. And I'm going to go like... It tasted pretty good, I must say. Alright, this drink is pretty awesome, I must say. Oh, wait a minute. Why is there a sink here? Is it because drink and sink, they both end in I-N-K, the ink sound, drink and sink? Yeah, that makes sense, but wait, well, no, honestly, why is the sink here? Why is the sink right here? Oh, okay. I think it's because I finished the drink and I'm gonna be very responsible. And I'm going to give my cup a wash. Okay, when we finish something, we need to wash our cup. We need to clean up after ourselves, right? So, oh, wait a minute. We need a sponge. We need a sponge for the sink. Oh, we don't have a sponge, but guess what? I have a sponge right here. So, let's draw a sponge for the sink. Okay? I know, you think we're gonna draw a sink today, right? You think we're gonna draw a sink? Sorry, I kind of covered my face right here. We're gonna draw a sink. Nah, we're not gonna draw a sink. A sink is a little boring, okay? So we will draw a sponge instead. Okay? We'll draw a sponge, alright? So let's take a look at how are we going to draw a sponge. Alright. So we are going to take a look. It's getting a little dark. But anyway, let's take a look at the sponge. So here's what we're gonna do. Hopefully you can still see relatively well. Actually, you know what? Let's try to see if the lighting... It's a little... Oh, there we go. I think it's a little lighter, right? You know what? Let's try this. Alright. Alright, see? Miss Cherry has magic. I make it brighter. Alright. Improvising, you know? Okay, so anyway, we are going to draw a sponge today. Okay? So, let's draw a sponge. The sponge is actually quite easy. If you can draw parallel lines, then you can draw a sponge. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to see it like this. There we go. All right. We are going to draw one line and then two lines. 3 lines and then 4 lines like that. Okay? And then this line is parallel with this one. This line is parallel with this one. Okay? Now, just draw a straight line down, down, down. This line is parallel with this one. This line is parallel with this one. And here's the sponge. We're done. I know, relatively easy, right? So we're going to draw another layer though, because there is a bumpy rough side and there is a smoother sponge at the bottom, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're going to draw a rough part on here with some texture and then the bottom like this, okay? So it's actually done. What we're gonna do is, again, we're going to use our Sharpies. We're gonna go back to use our Sharpies and we are going to, sorry, there you go. Looks better like this. Okay, go back here and then like that. And then we are going to make sure we have layer number 2. That's the rough part of the sponge. And now we're going to draw the softer part of the sponge right here. Okay. Now, it kind of looks like a rectangular thing right here. What we need is we need some texture. Okay. So just to add some texture on top, we just need some lines, okay? Just some lines. Dot and line. Yeah. It doesn't have to be. It's very casual. Just do some light little strokes with a Sharpie. Okay? So light little strokes with the Sharpie. And then we're done. Now, because the sponge, there is a little bit of holes in the sponge. So what we're gonna do is we're going to draw some little holes like this. Very casual. Just little holes just to give it a little bit of a texture. And ta-da! We are done. Now, as usual, Miss Cherry will erase some of the pencil marks on top of the Sharpie. And then, here we go. Now, we're going to color it. I'm going to, usually a very classic sponge, at least in Toronto. Toronto, Canada. The most classic sponge you can get from the store is green on top and yellow at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to use those very same colors. Okay, we're just going to color the bottom yellow. And again, we're just going to be very careful. We're just going to be very, very careful so we don't color outside the lines. Okay. Like this. And then there we go. Yeah. So there's the bottom part. Now we're gonna move to the top part right here. It's just green, right? So it's green and yellow. You know what? I actually wonder what kind of sponges do you use at home? You know what? If you do see the comments, please let me know. I would love to know what kind of sponges you use at home. Oh, kids, you know when you color, you don't have to follow my colors either. Like, you can do pink sponge, a blue sponge, an orange sponge, fully up to you. So use your imagination or whatever. You can even use a rainbow sponge, you know. So it doesn't have to be green and yellow, but we will use green and yellow today, just here. Yeah, feel free to use whatever color you want. All right, well, I mean, here we go. We got the sponge! Okay, so now that we have the sponge, the sink is right here, the drink and the sink, right? The sponge right here. The sponge is right here. All right, so after there's the sponge, we are going to put it on the sink, right? And after you put it at the sink, and then we're gonna scrub, 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 right? Yeah, scrub, scrub, scrub. Do some more scrubbing, 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 and nice and clean. Now we have a drink, and then we finished it, and then the cup is sparkling clean because we used the sponge to scrub it nice and clean in the sink. So now that we're all done, guess what? I will see you next time and we will draw together again. Bye bye.